The RxJS distinctUntilChanged operator is a filter operator. It checks each no value that comes in with the previous value. If these two values are different, then the no value will be emitted. The type checking of these values happens by default with the strict equality check, but we can also provide a custom comparator function. In this video, we'll see how to use the distinctUntilChanged operator, how we can provide a custom comparator function, and we will cover some real-world examples using the distinctUntilChanged operator in Angular. Let's get started. So we can use the distinctUntilChanged operator just by importing it from RxJS/operators. Then here we define a observable which emits all of these values. So some values will be emitted 2 times. When we subscribe to this observable without the optimization of the distinctUntilChanged operator, it will just emit each of the values that we provided here. With the distinctUntilChanged operator, all of the double values will be filtered out. That's how we can use the distinctUntilChanged operator in a really basic example. But what if we want to provide a custom comparator function in case the strict equality type check is not sufficient for our use case? So in this example, we will be using the distinctUntilChanged operator to optimize a list of users. So let's say we have a user type which has an ID and a name, and then an observable users which will emit all of these values one by one, or we want to filter out all of the duplicate users. So all of the users with the same name we want to filter out. So we can do this by creating a custom comparator function called custom compare, or you can name this however you want. And it takes in 2 users, a user A and a user B, because we are working with a observable that will emit user objects. And we will compare the name or the lowercase name from user A and user B. And then we can just pass in the custom comparator function like this in the distinctUntilChanged operator. And then the result will be a list of users with a unique name. And that's how we can provide a custom comparator function to the distinctUntilChanged operator. But in this case, we can even simplify the shown example even more, because we are only filtering on one property or one key of the user. In this case, we can also use the distinctUntilKeyChanged operator. These 2 examples will basically do the same thing. The only difference is that the comparison right now with the distinctUntilKeyChanged operator is case sensitive, and our custom compare example was case insensitive. But in some cases, the distinctUntilKeyChanged operator may be useful if you just want to compare one key. We just saw some nice demo code, but how would the distinctUntilChanged operator be useful in a real-world Angular example? I have prepared a small stack blitz example, which just has a search bar, and it will render a list of search results when we type in the list. So how does the code look like? We have a search service which mimics a search API call. Then we have our app component, which has an input which is coupled to a form control. And then we just show a list of search results where they are available. So there's the search bar here. And then the most interesting part is here. So we listen on value changes on the search bar. So whenever someone types something in the search bar, this will be triggered. And we added some optimizations. So for example, the debounce time operator. So it will wait at least 1 second, or it will queue up all of the emissions that come together in 1 second. And when no new emission has come in after 1 second, then it will continue emitting it to the next operator, which is in this case a distinctUntilChanged operator, and this will only emit if the new value is different from the previous value. We added this to optimize our code, and then when the new value is different from the old value, then that value is passed to the switch map operator, and then the switch map operator takes in the query, so the search term that is put in the search bar, and we will perform the actual search. And then we subscribed in the constructor, which is not necessary actually, because we are also subscribing in the template with the async pipe. That's all I got to say about the distinctUntilChanged operator. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a thing or two. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I see you in the next one. Bye!